morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to summertime, where you got to be able to dress the right way when you're out here doing these deliveries and try to beat the heat as much as you can. The best way to actually do it, and I've discovered being out here, especially now when it gets very hot out, is to start super early, preferably 8 o'clock in the morning. Get out as early as possible. For some reason, the deliveries are very, very strong at that time, and you want to be able to escape the heat before it actually hits. There have been some record temperatures in the past couple of weeks that have been very, very hot. Today's seasonable, 70 degrees, so that's not bad. But also, when you're out there in the heat, especially if you're doing anything with Walmart Sparks and DoorDash, is you want to be able to be very selective with what you're taking. If you don't feel like you want to lug bottles of water or anything like that, make sure to always check every delivery of Walmart Sparks to pick the right ones that are not going to burn you out. Be very careful with that, especially in the heat. You don't want to get too exhausted. You don't want to feel like crap. My target is always 40 hours a week, and I want to be able to maximize my earning potential out here in the safest and healthiest and possible way. And that's what I basically try to teach you guys out there as well too. And you want to be able to be very careful in the heat. Remember, you're your own boss, and you get to pick and choose what you want to deliver. That's total autonomy. So if you choose the right amount of hours that you want to work, and you choose the right type of deliveries you want to take, focus on that. Focus on doing it that way. This way, you're responsible for yourself in the right fashion. Because out here, it could get very, very crazy, and you could get a lot of offers being sent to you, but always look at every single offer really fast before you accept it. And if it looks like it's too much, if it looks like it's too far, if it looks like it's too overwhelming, or it's too many items to pick up, especially if it's hot out, pick and choose wisely. Remember, you want to keep yourself hydrated, and you want to keep yourself choosing the right deliveries that are going to work for you, not the company, you. Because you're the one that has to pick it up. You're the one that has to use your car. You're the one that has to drop everything off, okay? And you want to be careful out there, because with the heat, it could get very, very exhausting. Bring a bag with you. Always, keep yourself hydrated as much as possible, and keep yourself up every single day. I keep myself up out here constantly by either, keeping myself motivated. Sometimes, yes, I will talk to my AIs, and I'll learn some new things with my AIs as well too. And basically just stay focused and just work the time. Just work the time. If there's one thing that I've been noticing very well out here, is that when you work the time, you'll be fine. If you say to yourself you're going to work 8 hours, work 8 hours. And whatever you make in those 8 hours is what you make in those 8 hours. That's the main thing. Just work the time and you'll be fine. And when you work the time, you're basically focused on how many hours you're putting in. You're not so much focused on how much money you're going to make, because the side effect of working the time will be the money that you make. When you're dealing with high levels of uncertainty, when you're dealing with traffic, when you're dealing with stores that are slow, when you're dealing with certain issues that could possibly pop up anytime, anywhere on the road, and trust me, they will, the best ally you could have out here is time. So when you start working, make sure you know what time to start and what time to end. And if you want to be as meticulous as I am, where I actually use a timer, do that. It's almost like you're punching in a regular job, but you're turning the timer on and you're letting it run. So you're looking more at the time than just the money. But when you see the correlation between both, you'll start to see the difference. And again, for me, this is just bridge income. For me, this is income to get me to the next level. The other day, I actually talked to a friend of mine who actually did Amazon, where he was actually delivering packages for Amazon. And now he's actually in a lawsuit right now because of something that happened with a dog biting him. And we got into a deep conversation. And I was going to probably try to do Amazon myself, but then when I look at how hard they work, where they're delivering like 300 packages a day, and they're in and out of their car or in and out of their truck constantly. And I told them about my situation where, yeah, I have high levels of uncertainty out here. I have things that can go wrong, things that can go bad, but I get through it. And when I look at the amount of money that I make against working for Amazon, especially if taxes are taken out, health benefits are taken out, it roughly almost comes to close to being the same amount of money. The only difference here is that I have more autonomy. I'm my own boss. Actually, believe it or not, my boss is my budget. That basically means that whatever amount of money that I have to hit, that's what motivates me. That's what drives me. Okay? So if I know I have to hit this amount of money every week, that's my boss. I go for that money, I shoot for that money, and I aim for that money. And when I look at that, I say to myself, yeah, I don't want to go from one job that I'm already like having all this autonomy to go into something where I'm going to work twice as hard for about the same pay. So I figure, you know what, let me just keep going until I can find something out there and keep searching. And that's what I'm doing. I'm searching for other opportunities out there. You know, this is a great bridge income to carry you to the next job, because you can only go so far with this. When you know how many hours you can work, when you know how much money you can make, when you understand your market very well, and you know that you cap at a certain level, that's when it becomes a bridge income. That means you can't go any further. There's no promotions, there's no elevations. Unless you work more hours to make more money, that's the only way. And with me, I'm all about work-life balance. I'm all about enjoying what I have and making the most of it with the flexibility that I have. And so far, I've been maintaining a good work-life balance with work and with the people that are in my life, family and friends, you know? And that's what it's really about. It's not about working yourself to death, just making money, and having no life. For me, I want that work-life balance. I want to make it worth it for me, to make it count, to make it worth my while to be out here. And now that I've hit that maximum level with this, and I can't go any higher beyond what I'm already making right now based on the hours that I'm trading for the time that I'm, putting in. Now it's about, okay, what else is out there? What are the possibilities? And in here, I could actually use AI to analyze my skill sets, jobs that are out there. I mean, I'm literally constantly always looking to improve in any way, shape, or form. And again, I've been doing this for 7 years, so I know I got this down pat. So I know that if God forbid anything ever happens and I work in a company that has bad work culture, I can easily leave. And I can start all over again doing my deliveries. I don't have to depend on unemployment. That's the beauty of it. Especially if you got it down to a science. You have lightning in your pocket. So that this way, if you go try out a particular job and their work culture doesn't turn out to be what you expect them to be, you can always leave. Continue doing this. Continue that income stream, not depending on unemployment or red tape to get you by. And then go back out there and continue looking for another job. It's a beautiful system when you really, really think about it. And that's why I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful for what I have with these deliveries. And if you guys out there are doing the grind, always appreciate it. Always be grateful for it, because you have the ability to generate an income stream. You don't have to depend on red tape or the government to give you this money. You can go out there and make the money that you want to make and stay focused on that. I hope you got some value out of this channel. Welcome to the summer. Stay careful out there, stay hydrated out there, work at your level and at your pace. Have a great day.